I'm Anne Millington. I'm the Chief Exec of Kent Fire and Rescue. We started to do a bucket worth of engagement then. So it was all of us, all our kind of middle and senior managers across corporate teams and operational staff, and looking at all of the maturity levels and saying, well, where are we? Where do you think we are? Very openly, don't make it look better than it is. If you think between 1 and 4 we're a 1, then just say it. If you think we're a 4, truth is, of course, nobody ever really is 4, and you've got bits in all of the different levels, but you're trying to get more consistent and kind of move it further up. You do get a very strong sense of everybody settling on, yet that feels about right in terms of where we are, and an honest evaluation of that. So that's been really helpful. In the e-bulletin that we do every week, we were putting out, so what do you think that to Crews and to everybody else? These are the scores so far, challenge that, come back to it. So every single one of the maturity levels has become the platform for our new people strategy, and we've put the score in where we currently are and where we want to go. And every single one of those different areas, obviously we're trying to stretch, but we're also not trying to be stupid about it. It takes a long time to do organisational change. There are 4 levels. The idea was not to say that 1 is bad, 2 is better, 3 is even now better, 4 is perfect. They're not written like that. There'll be things that are actually good in level 1 that you're sorting, so that they're conversations about maturity, not about some kind of grading of 1 to 4, and that's really important. So obviously a strong push on well-being, really big push on EDI, and we're doing a lot of work on that. And then even if you were seen to do well on something, one of the things that we were never going to write is no further action. It was never going to be the case. We were always going to try and say, but where's its next evolution? And actually, if we change that, does that make a difference in another maturity area? So we've got the people strategy now written. That's been published here, and that was very much on the basis of, if you've said this is where we're going to go for the next 4 years. So I think that the kind of key to this really lies in the engagement. It really does. Is that sense that everybody has had a chance to say, well, this is where I genuinely think we are. Using a weekly e-bulletin, for instance, to make sure information is going out and people staying engaged in the debate. But much more important to have information come back. So we've set up systems like an operational assurance system where people are putting in their thoughts all the time. The kind of you said KFRS did. You do get that lovely sense of ownership, people knowing what you're trying to do. And I think, as with anything like this kind of work, this kind of maturity levels, and the reason Deloitte did it is that you're trying to create a shared language. So you're trying to say, so do we all understand what this would look like? I think living it is going to make the biggest single difference. And certainly in my team, we go backwards and forwards into it quite a lot now and say, but is that what good would look like in this particular instance? So it's just helping even us as individuals think about, what am I trying to do as a leader? Being the bedrock for the kind of action planning that we're going to keep doing. So that lovely 360 perspective has been fantastic in creating it. But of course, if you get this stuff right, if you're doing EDI well, if you're doing well-being, if you're thinking about reward, you're thinking about recruitment, every single individual that you're recruiting right from the outset and then stays here 30 years, 10 years, 5 years, should have a better lived experience of working in a fire service. Because